Dante's Boxing Nation, what's going on, guys? So yeah, the recent development in the talks of a Mayweather versus Canelo fight. Team Mayweather, Floyd Sr. and Jr. apparently are saying that they want the fight at 147 pounds, right? Canelo Alvarez, Team Canelo, they're saying ain't no way we're going to be able to make 147, okay? Let's go ahead and let's get a little deeper into this situation. Let me give you a better understanding of what's going on right now. Okay, to really understand this, let's first break down Canelo Alvarez's situation, because believe it or not, Canelo Alvarez's situation at 22, 23 is very similar to what Floyd Mayweather's situation was when he was 22, 23. But let's just look at Canelo, for example. All right, Canelo, since probably he was 154, his dream was to always fight Floyd Mayweather. Okay, we already know why he wants to fight Floyd Mayweather. Not just to prove that he's the best, but we all know that Floyd Mayweather is the meal ticket today, right? All roads lead to Floyd Mayweather, and that's not just a saying, that is a fact. If you want to become a millionaire, you fight Floyd Mayweather. If you want recognition, if you want to become a star instantly, you fight Floyd Mayweather. You don't believe me? Ask Victor Ortiz. He got knocked the fuck out. He's doing Dancing with the Stars. Thank you, Floyd Mayweather. You feel me? Same situation, with anyone who fights the big star of the sport. Okay? So Canelo Alvarez, he understands this. He understands Canelo is not a pay-per-view fighter at this point because he's not a big enough attraction. Okay? Like I said before, we already know that if Floyd was fighting Austin Trout, that would have been a big-ass pay-per-view fight. All right? And it would have did much numbers. Matter of fact, Canelo Alvarez, he has the potential to be one of the biggest stars. But right now, he's not. In fact, Canelo Alvarez did less numbers than Tim Bradley against Ruslan Provodnikov did. Okay? So so this is explaining to you guys why Canelo wants to fight the biggest star in the sport. And it makes perfect sense in the world. Okay? The only problem is Canelo has been chasing a 147-pounder who is really naturally a 140-pounder. Because, if you guys think about it, if Floyd Mayweather can eat motherfucking double cheeseburgers on TV, Krispy Kreme donuts and all that kind of shit, and still make weight easy, and come in the fight only like 3-4 pounds over the limit, that tells you right there that's not his natural weight. If you're fighting at the actual weight that you weighed in, then that's not your natural weight. Your natural weight will be more like 10 pounds less than fight night, if you guys understand that, right? So anyway, Canelo, he wants this fight desperately because he has to beat the biggest star to become the biggest star. It has always been this way, right? But the question is, what type of sacrifices is Canelo willing to do to make this happen? Because face it, guys, let's be realistic about this. Who needs who more? Floyd Mayweather is already legendary. He's already considered the fighter of his era. He's already the best fighter pound for pound in the world. Floyd Mayweather could stop boxing right now and, his legacy is set. The only question is, where do you put him, in the rankings of greatest of all time? But he's already established. Realistically, Floyd Mayweather is not competing against any modern fighter today, right? He's not competing against, his resume looking better than Sergio Martinez, Tim Bradley, Juan Marquez, or Manny Pacquiao, right? He has already surpassed the modern day fighters today. Only people Floyd Mayweather is competing against now are legends before him. Sugar Ray Leonard, Sugar Ray Robinson, Ali, the list goes on and on and on, right? So who needs this fight more? Canelo obviously needs this fight more, right? Because he's not a pay-per-view attraction yet, right? At least he's never had a pay-per-view fight. He doesn't do the biggest numbers. Even on a free showing, he doesn't do the biggest numbers, okay? And he's not even considered pound for pound one of the best fighters in the world. So who needs this fight more? There's no guarantee right now that Canelo can even reach the status that Floyd Mayweather is at right now. Okay, only time will tell. So who needs this fight more? Canelo needs this fight more. Canelo needs Floyd. Floyd does not need Canelo. Only reason Floyd would possibly need Canelo, which I do agree with this, which I do believe this, he needs him to make his resume look better when it comes to going up against Sugar Ray Leonard, Sugar Ray Robinson. You know, that's one reason why Floyd Mayweather would need a test like this. But for Floyd Mayweather, he has so many options. This is only one of them, okay? For Canelo Alvarez, all roads lead to Floyd Mayweather if you want to become the biggest star in the entire world, okay? We already know that this is Canelo's meal ticket. Floyd Mayweather, for the second year in a row, he is projected to be the highest paid athlete in all sports. $45 million is what he made for the Guerrero fight. He was guaranteed 32, and he made $13 million for the pay-per-views. All right? This is the reason why Canelo Alvarez wants this fight, but what sacrifices is he willing to make this come to fruition? Now, understand something, guys. When it comes to Floyd Mayweather, you know, you put Floyd Mayweather in this same exact situation, and you have to ask yourself, what would Floyd Mayweather do if he was in Canelo's shoes and he had to make sacrifices? What would he do? Well, guys, I can actually answer that because Floyd Mayweather was actually in a very similar situation. When Floyd Mayweather was younger, if you guys recall, who was the big lotto ticket, the big money draw person that everyone wanted to fight to become a millionaire? Who was it? It was Oscar De La Hoya, right? Just like today, back then, you fight Oscar De La Hoya, you instantly become a millionaire, right? I mean, you instantly become a star. Just like what happened to Ortiz after Floyd Mayweather. Floyd Mayweather, he beat Oscar De La Hoya. After that, Dancing with the Stars. Thank you, Oscar. You made me a star, right? This is how it's passed on. You have to beat a star to become a star. This is why Canelo wants Floyd Mayweather. Okay, so the point I'm making when I say Floyd Mayweather was in the same situation, Floyd Mayweather desperately needed Oscar De La Hoya to become a star, okay? He understood this, right? Just like Canelo has been calling out Floyd for years now, Floyd Mayweather had been calling out Oscar De La Hoya for years, right? And what happened when Floyd finally got an opportunity to make that fight come together? Floyd Mayweather was forced to make sacrifices. What did Oscar De La Hoya do? Because Oscar knew he held all the cards, what did he do? He said, okay, now even though Oscar, right before this fight was going to come together, Oscar was planning to go down to 147, okay? But since this big-ass fight came on, Oscar said, you know what? I'm going to get as many advantages as I can. If you want to fight me this bad, you need me so much. Not only did Oscar take the majority of all the money, he took about 70% of all the money. He didn't give Floyd Mayweather any pay-per-views. And to add insult to injury, he said, I want the fight at 154. I want you to wear these kind of gloves, this size gloves. I want a small ring. On top of all of this shit, Oscar De La Hoya, he comes in the ring with his guard protector damn near all the way up to his chest so he can't get hurt with any more body shots, right? So anyway, with all those advantages that Oscar De La Hoya had, Floyd Mayweather had to make some sacrifices. If Floyd Mayweather wanted to become the next big thing in boxing, desperately and bad enough, he had to sacrifice. What was those sacrifices? Floyd Mayweather at the time had just moved up to 147. And like I said, even today, Floyd is a natural 140-pounder, right? So Oscar De La Hoya took advantage. You want to fight me this bad, Floyd? You're going to fight me at 154, all right? And in the day of the fight, Oscar De La Hoya was probably 20, 30 pounds bigger than Floyd Mayweather. This is a guy, Oscar De La Hoya, who just came off of a great win against Fernando Vargas, a gold medalist, amateur pedigree, multi-weight division champion, et cetera, et cetera. He was only 33 at the time. Today Floyd Mayweather is 36. So, there was a lot of advantages. All of the advantages were in favor of Oscar De La Hoya. Okay? Floyd Mayweather, he never fought at 154 before. He knew he was giving up a gang of weight. And Floyd Mayweather, he made it happen. And it completely paid off. And that win catapulted Floyd Mayweather into superstar status. Okay? Is Canelo Alvarez willing to make the exact same sacrifices? Is he remaining to do it? Canelo Alvarez is only 5'8.5", 5'9". All right? If Canelo Alvarez got himself a fitness trainer and he really got in shape, he could make 147 easy. But he's, as far as I'm concerned, maybe he's lazy. Maybe he doesn't want to try to sacrifice his body for greatness. Okay? This is all on Canelo right now. If you've been calling out a fucking welterweight for your whole career, then why the fuck are you not fighting him at welterweight? Is what I don't understand. And I already know some of you guys are gonna send me the messages and saying, yeah, but Dante, Floyd, he fought at 154 before. He did it twice. No. Understand something. Floyd never fought at the limit of 154. Okay? When Floyd Mayweather fought Miguel Cotto was a blown up welterweight. You know what I'm saying? He was a blown up welterweight. Miguel Cotto doesn't come in 172 pounds after he weighs in. All right? He's a blown up welterweight, so it was almost like fighting a welterweight when Floyd Mayweather fought him. All right? When Floyd fought Oscar De La Hoya at 154, like I said, Floyd had no choice because Oscar held all the cards. Floyd had no choice. If Floyd wanted to be a superstar, he had no choice. He had to sacrifice and beat the bigger guy, right? So this is the same situation with Canelo. It's the exact same situation. So will Canelo Alvarez make the sacrifices for a superstar dominant status? If you ask me the question, I say absolutely not. And I'll tell you the reason why I believe Canelo would never come down to 147. Because I believe that Canelo Alvarez, he is purposely using the weight advantage as one of his main strategies of how he's supposed to beat Floyd Mayweather. I think deep down in Canelo's heart, especially after this performance against Guerrero, I think deep down Canelo feels the only way I would beat this guy is if I have a huge weight advantage. You don't believe me? Look at the confidence Canelo had when he was fighting against a small-ass Josito Lopez, right? He looked like the Terminator when he was fighting a much smaller fighter. But then, look how he looked when he fought against Austin Trout. I mean, it was like night and day. It was a total different Canelo, wasn't it? It was a Canelo, when he was fighting someone his own size, and he didn't look that sure of himself, right? Realistically, the knockdown is probably one of the only things that secured his victory realistically. I mean, damn what the Texas, judges said. It was really the knockout of the knockdown that, kind of secured that fight for Canelo. But a lot of people believe that he lost the fight. And regardless, it doesn't even matter if you think he won or he lost. The bottom line is he did not look comfortable like he looked when he was fighting against a much smaller Josito Lopez. This is how he looks at Floyd Mayweather, okay? My size advantage, okay, my natural size would be the key for beating Floyd. So when you take away his natural size and you shrink him down to the exact same size as Floyd, he doesn't want the fight because you're taking away his best chance of winning. So the verdict is in. Canelo, you want this welterweight that bad? You fight his ass at welterweight. You make the sacrifice. All right, I'm making this video on my iPad, and I can't make it that long, so I'm going to go ahead and end it right now. I'm on to the next one, guys.